ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमो। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासवि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य तोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषु विज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि मिथं शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 11, Chapter number 2, verse number 40. So Sage Kavi is continuing to explain Bhakti, which was asked by King Nami. And he has asked that, please explain to me Bhagavad Dharma, by which Bhagavan becomes pleased. So he is continuing to explain that. In the previous verses he spoke how one should sing the names of Bhagavan, do kirtan, and wander around the face of earth. So now he says, Evam Vrataha Svapriya Nam Kirtya जातानुरागो धृतचित्त उच्चै हसति अथो रौदति रौति गायति उन्मादवन नृत्यति लोकबाह्य. So evam vrata, evam means in this manner. So in this manner means the way it was described in the previous slokas, where he said that you worship Bhagwan with devotion while considering Guru as Devata and Atma, and control the mind, because of which we see the duality in the world, and then saying that hearing and singing the names of Bhagwan. So that's what was described. So that's what the word evam refers to, evam vrataha. Evam vrata means engaging in this manner, means performing the sadhana practice in this manner. Then this is what happens. Swanam, swapriya nama kirtya jata anurago.
Sorry, there's a problem with the internet connection. I need to change the internet Wi-Fi because you get problem with the sound and also with people cannot see you clearly.
Kirti. So they can hear now?
Yes.
Okay. So evam vrata swapranama kirtya jatanurago drutachitta uchchaihi hasatyatho rodati rauti gayati unmadavan nrityati lokabhayi. So evam vrata, vrata means when you take vows to do something, that is called vrata, following certain principles, or which means you are engaged in doing something. So that is the meaning of vrata. And evam means what was said earlier. And then swan priya nam kirtya. So by singing the glories of the name of one's dear worshipable Bhagwan, then that gives rise to anurag, jata anurag. So you get anurag, priti, love. And what happens in love is dhruta chitta, your heart melts. Heart becomes soft when you love somebody, right? Buttery. And then uchchai hasati, then he laughs. Atho rauditi, sometimes cries. Rauti, sometimes shouts. And gayati, sings. Unmadavan nrityati, sometimes he dances, but like a crazy fellow, Unmadavan. And lokbahya, not caring for people, what others will say. So it's not worried. Generally we are very much concerned what others will say, right? If I do like this, what others will say. So he says he's lokbahya. He's not concerned, he's beyond that. So let's see the commentary. It says evam bhajataha. So performing the devotional service in this manner, which was described earlier. Samprapta phalabhuta prema bhakti yogasya tasya samsara dharmatitam cheshtamaha. So by engaging in that practice of devotion, he attains the result of that sadhana bhakti as prem bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga in the form of love. And then he becomes dharmatita, means he goes beyond the regular principles of the material world. So how does he act at that time? That his chesta, his actions are being described here. So evam eva vratam niyamo yasya sa. Vrata means niyams and rules. So he follows that. Bhaktishu api madhye nam kirtanasya sarvotkarshamaha swapriyasya krishnasya nama kirtya. So there are various activities of bhakti, but in them Nam Kirtan has speciality, especially in Kali Yuga. So Kirtan has special importance. Bhagavan is very much pleased by Kirtan. So therefore he is doing Nam Kirtan. So that is being described. Swapriyasya Krishnasya Nam Kirtya. So Nam Kirti here means doing the Kirtan of the name, glories, singing. Or Swapriyam va yad Bhagwan Nama tasya Kirtya Kirtanena. So Swapriya Nam Kirtya has two meanings. One is singing the names of one's beloved Lord. Another is singing one's beloved name. That you like some specific name of Bhagavan, singing that. So the both ways meaning can be applied. So therefore he says, Yad Bhagavan Nam Tasya Kirtya. Kirtanena Jato Anuraga. And by Kirtan, one will get Anuraga. That is the power of Kirtan. Cheta Darpan Marjanam, Bhav Mahadavagni Nirvapam, Shreya Kairav Chandrika Vatranam, Vidyavadhu Jivanam, Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam, Purnamrita Swadanam. So Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtan. So this Bhagavat is very much in favor of Kirtan, and we will see this in Brihad Bhagavatamritam also. Sri Sanatana Goswami describes a lot about it. So Jato Anuraga Prema Yasya. Anurag here means prema, love. Sadarshan Utkantha Agni Dhrutikrit Chitta Jambunada. So when prema comes, then he feels a great eagerness to have darshan of Bhagavan. That is the nature of prema, that you want to see the object of love. And out of love, the heart melts. That is the characteristic of Mashunya Krit. Drut Chitta means melting. So there is also the very definition of prema, that heart becomes very soft. So he calls it as a Jambunad. Jambunad means gold. And this melts. The heart is golden, like pure, and it is shining. And then he is laughing. He says Hasati. So why is he laughing? Uchai Hasati. So he is seeing something. He is having some vision. So it is like this. Aye hangavinam chauraitum yashodha sutas chaura griham pravishtas tadanim dhriyatam adhriyatam iti bahir jarati gram akarne palaitum pravittam krishnam spurtim praptam alakshya hasati. So why does he laugh? So he has a spurti. He sees in his mind as if the old lady is shouting that look, Krishna has entered in the house to steal the butter, catch him. So he is seeing that Krishna has entered in somebody's house quietly to steal the butter, and the old lady spots him and starts shouting that catch this boy, going to take. So he hears this and sees this, and he is laughing. He says he is a thief, son of Yashoda. And Spurti Bhange Sati Yaho Prapto Mahan Nidhi Me Hastaschuta iti Nishidan Rodati. So he laughs, then he cries. Why is he crying? Because suddenly that Spurti, that vision which he has in his mind, suddenly it gets lost. So then it's just like you got a big wealth and somebody steals it. So you get a brick of gold and then someone snatches it from you and runs away. Then you are crying. So therefore he starts crying. Saiti nishidan roditi, he prabho kwasi kwasi dehi me pratyuttaramiti. And he is crying, "O Lord, where are you? Where are you? Please reply to me." Iti futkritya rauti, and then having a sigh, he shouts, "Bho bhakta tvatfutkaram sutva eva ayato asmi iti punah spurti praptam tam alaksha gayati." Then as if Bhagavan is saying that, "O devotee, hearing your sigh, I am coming, I am here." So then he again gets a vision of Lord and then he starts singing. Adya aham kritartha asmi iti anandena unmattavat nrityati. And then in madness he starts dancing, that today I have become blessed. So he is dancing like that, unmattavat. So therefore loka bahya. Lokanam hasya prasansa sammana avmana desu avdhana sunya. So he is not dancing that he will get praise. Sometimes people also dance in the kirtan that others will praise that how nicely he is dancing to show off. Or some people don't dance because they feel shy and then they think that if they dance then others will criticize. So he is not bothered about that somebody is going to praise or somebody is going to criticize, somebody is going to laugh at him. Sometimes people also dance to make a show, to attract others. So they really don't feel like dancing, but then they want to dance so that others will be attracted to them. So therefore it says lokbahya, that he is not concerned about these things. It's not that he is dancing because he has planned something. So that is the situation of the bhakta who has attained prema. Then how he behaves, that is being described in the next verse. Kham vayumagnim salilam mahimcha jyotishim sattvani desho drumadin sarit samudranscha harehe shariram yatkincha bhutam pranamed ananyah. So whatever exists in this world, whether it is sky, air, fire, water, earth, all the elements, and the Jyotishi means the luminaries in the sky, Sattvani, living beings, directions, trees, rivers, Samudra is ocean. He considers all these things as body of Hare. So Harehe Shariram Yat Kincha Bhutam Pranamed. So he bows down to all of them, gives respect to all of them, Ananya, not thinking them as separate from Bhagavan. So he understands what is described in Bhagavad Gita, Vasudeva Sarvamidam, that all this is Vasudeva. Or in the Upanishad it is said Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. All this is the absolute reality, Brahman. So this is how he sees things. So we see the world according to our bhav. As is our bhav, that's how things appear. Like it happens to us also. In relationship to some people or some situation, you are happy or not happy, how you react. So when you are in a loving mood, then person looks very nice, gentle to you. When you are in the angry mood, that person looks differently. You come to Vrindavan, in the beginning you are in one mood, after a few days, then your vision changes, you start seeing all other problems. So the same place looks different, right? So this two things, generally in all actions, these two things, one is the external reality, another is your internal bhav. So with both things give their effect or perception, how we perceive things. So we perceive things, and then after perception, how we conceive. There is a perception and then conception. So perception is of what the thing is, and how you conceive is what your mood is. So therefore everybody sees same thing differently. Not that everybody sees every object or place or situation in the same way. They are different moods, different experiences people have, so things appear differently. Same things start appearing differently to you, completely differently, when your mood changes. So you go out, have separation for some time, then you come back. It looks different. Then you're there for some time, it looks different. So ekeva padarthastu tridha bhavati vikshita kunapam kamani masam yogi bhi swabhi yuva bhi. So it is described that one object appears in three ways by three different people. There is a young girl. So a learned sage sees, then he sees just it's a bag full of all those things which we all know. Then a young man sees, he has a different vision of the young girl. And the dog is also seen. So he sees a piece of meat, like a food he can eat. So it is the same object, but how it appears to three different people is completely different. So why is it different? Object is same. So the difference is because of their bhav. So similarly it is the same world which materialistic people see in one way, and then yogi sees in another way, devotees see in a Advaitavatis see, oh, this is all mithya, it's not real. Devotee sees this as Hare Shariram, the body of Bhagavan, or this all Bhagavan manifest, non different from it. So therefore Vishwanath Chakravarti is having a sloka here, Tatascha Narayana Mayam Dhiraha Pashyanti Paramarthinaha Jagad Dhanmayam Lubdhaha Kamukaha Kamani Mayam. So he says that those who are Paramarthi, who are interested only in the absolute truth, reality, so they see this world as Narayanamayam. Like it is all manifestation of Lord Narayana. They don't see it other than that. And somebody who is after money, Lubdha, so he sees everywhere wealth, opportunity to make money. Wherever he goes, he sees how I can make money here. So because his mind is set on that. And Kamukaha Kamani Mayam. And somebody who is very lusty, wants to enjoy, then he sees everywhere object of enjoyment. That's how that person sees. So sometimes there's some kind of therapy, they make some images, random images, and ask person to see what do you see in this, right? So different people will spot different things. Maybe there is nothing there, but they will spot it. So why they do it? Because this is what is inside their mind. So you make some sound, show them a picture, give them an object and ask them, what does this remind you of? So they will tell what is their mood or bhav, the dominant mood. So here also he is talking about the dominant mood. It's not that everything is like that, but predominantly this is how they see things. So therefore it says, iti pauranika vakyasya udharani bhavati ityaha. So he says that this is a statement from some Purana, he doesn't say which one. But he says that this devotee becomes an example of this statement from the Purana, because now his bhava is prema bhava, jata anurago dhrita chitta uchai. So he has got anurag, so therefore he sees things in a very different manner. And therefore he gives respect to all those things. So like in India, we worship plants, trees, rivers, mountain. So why? Because people have some bhav to them. So you go to Govardhan, you are falling flat, or Radhakund. Some other person comes, he will wonder what is he doing, what is wrong with this person. Why is he paying obeisances to this hill or this pond? So they will not be able to understand it because their mood is different. To them it just looks like some pond, some hill. They see the deities, they think this is some like dolls. He says, why are you worshipping these dolls? And those who are even beyond that, more inimical type, then they even want to break them. They're totally against it. So it is because of their bhav is like that. So sometimes people ask if these deities are God, or the people who are against deity worship, what you call them, iconoclast. So they break them. And then they say, look, if he is God, then how is that he is not doing anything? So they don't understand that he is God if you think of him as God, otherwise just a piece of stone. So he is not God for you. So pranamed iti sambhavanayam ling. So the word pranamet can be taken in two ways. One is that it is an injunction that one should do it. Other is that he will do it. So that is because if it is an injunction, then it is a prescription for one who has not attained the bhav, that he should respect them like that. And one who has attained it, then it is not an injunction, but he acts like that. So kha vayu adishu yatra yatra drishti pateta tatra harehe sariram syam sundar akaram eva spuritam pashyati ityartha. So meaning, when he is referring to akasha, sky, water, air, fire, so means whatever he sees, wherever his eyes go, then he sees everything as the body of Bhagavan. Syam sundar akaram eva spuritam. It all reminds him of him only. That's his mood. Yadva bhaktasya falaprapti dasham nirvarnya punah sadhan dashayam kinchid vidadhati khamiti. So this verse can be applied both ways. Either it is applied in the sense that it is describing the behavior of a person who has not perfected yet, then it is an injunction. Or it is applied who has perfected, then this is how he acts. So both ways the pranamet will be applied in two different senses. So Harehe Shariram Adhishthanam Gyatva Pranamet Pranamro Bhavet. So when it is an injunction, obviously he is not seeing this as body of Hari. So then he says that then such a person should give respect to all these things, considering them as adhishthan of Hari. Means he is inside all of them. Because he doesn't see it. The one who has attained anuraga, he sees. But one who is not like that, he should respect them, considering that Bhagavan is within them. Adhishthan, they are the adhishthan of him, place of his existence. Pranamet, pranamro bhavet. So become respectful. Na vidyate anyaha krishnam vina sevya yasya. So why is that? Because it says Ananya, that he is Ananya, he gives respect to everything, only considering them as adhisthana of Hari, because his Ishtadeva is Hari, there is no one else who is his savior or object of service. So that means for a devotee, there is only one object of service or object of worship. And even if he is seeing other forms, other devatas, then he also sees them that they are the adhisthana. So if you see the temple of Shiva, then you bow down that Shiva is also adhisthana of Krishna, Ganesha, Kali, Durga. They all are respectable. Vaishnava respects all of them, seeing them as adhisthana of Hari, or you can see them as devotees of Hari. So this is how Vaishnava acts. Then how bhakti manifests, what is the experience, that is described in the next verse. It's also a very famous verse. Bhakti pareshanubhavo viraktir anyatra chaisha trika eka kalaha prapadyamanasya yathashnatah shyus tushti pushti kshudapayo nubhasam. So he says that three things happen simultaneously. Bhakti means one gets devotion, love for Bhagavan, and Pareshanubhavo has a direct experience of Bhagavan, and Viraktiranyatra, and detachment to everything else. So three things come simultaneously. As it was said in the very beginning, Janeti asu vairagyam jnanam chedaitu. So there is vairagya, jnanam means experience, pareshanubhav, and bhakti. So bhakti brings this. So these things happen simultaneously. Chaisha, trika, ekakala. These three things. He gives a very nice example for this. So prapadyamanasya, prapadyamana means one who has taken shelter of Bhagavan and who had performed this sadhana. So these three things happen. He said just like a person who is very hungry and he eats food. So three things happen to him. Tushti means he feels satisfied. Hunger is a type of pain. You feel disturbed. So you put food in your mouth, feel some tushti, some satisfaction, some happiness. Pushti, you also feel nourished. At the same time, before that you are saying, I am dying with hunger. then you get some energy. Before that, maybe your head is reeling. And Shodapaya, and your hunger is quelled. Anughasam means with every morsel. So every morsel you put in your mouth, and more hunger goes away, more energy comes, feel satisfied, more and more satisfaction. So that's what bhakti also does. So bhakti also gives you satisfaction, happiness. It gives you nourishment, parishanubhava, and virakti. You are not interested. So as you are eating, you also develop virakti. After some time, you don't want to eat. So here, of course, you want to have more and more bhakti. Bhakti marge asmin ati sukhade sadhan dashayam api phal praptim sadrishtantamaha. So he says that this path of bhakti is very pleasurable. Ati sukhada. Is it true?
Yes.
He says Ati sukhada. Doesn't look like that, right? But we keep quiet because he's saying it. You don't want to go against him. So, but he says like that. This must be his experience. So he says, Bhakti marge asmin ati sukhde. That this bhakti marg is very pleasurable. And sadhan dasayam api. Even in the practice stage. Not only in the perfected stage, it's obviously very pleasurable in the perfected stage, but it is also pleasurable in the practicing stage. So if we are not feeling it, that means we are not doing it properly. That is the thing. Something is wrong somewhere. But it's fact. It's very pleasurable. Because it's path of love. So, phalapraptim sadrishtantamaha. So he says that sadhan dasayam api phalapraptim. That you feel the result means just like sun is about to come up. It's morning time, the dawn. So then some light starts coming. So you start feeling that okay, now the sun will rise. So similarly, when bhakti is performed, then the ignorance is removed and gradually light starts coming up. And you feel that it is coming. And because light is coming, you are becoming more and more happy that you are getting out of darkness. Like you see the end of the tunnel. And sometimes you go in a big tunnel, and when is it going to end? So when the end is coming, the light starts coming. So that's how it is. So bhakti is Shravana Kirtanadi. So bhakti here is in the form of Shravana Kirtan. Hearing, chanting Kirtan. Parasya ist devasya krishnasya yada bhavet tadeva anubhavo madhuri asvadopi tadanurupa bhavet. So then there is an anubhava experience of Ishtadevata Krishna, and therefore there is experience of his sweetness. Tadeva anyatra maik vishaya sukham virakti. And when you have experience of bhakti, then you lose interest in the maik sukha, the material pleasure. So rasvarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. So this is actually the process. And if we are not having this type of experience, that means we are not doing it properly. Otherwise, this is a fact. Bhakti is like that. So, as soon as you start doing it, you feel relief. Right? Klesha Gani. So that is your kleshas are destroyed. Feel relief.
Babaji, the rupa, the quality and the extent.
As you the intensity of your bhakti will give intensity, similar experience. Your kleshas are destroyed, subhada. Everything starts becoming more pleasurable, auspicious. That's the nature. It's a fact. It's not something made up like that. This is something we should understand and try to have an experience like that. So madhurya asvadopi tadanurupa bhavit. So the taste of sweetness will be according to the practice of that bhakti when you do it properly. Tadeva anyatra maik, and then naturally this is a natural effect. Just like when the light is coming, darkness is dispelled. So as you get the taste, then maik sukh, you start losing interest in material things. You have really no interest in everything starts becoming like a waste of time. You don't want to engage in those things. Viraktirapi tadanurupa bhavit. So as much experience, that much taste, that much detachment. So you are not distracted by material things. Those hankerings go away. So that's why people do not leave the path of bhakti. When Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Konteya pratijanihi namad bhakta pranashyati. This is a fact. Because the devotee has even little taste, then doesn't want to give up that and go for this material thing. So immediately there is a virakti, tadanurupa bhavet, evaiti esha trika eka kala. So it happens simultaneously. Samkale utpanna eva prapadyamana. So it is not that you are going to do the yajna now, then apurva is generated, punya is generated, and then in the next life you will see the result. This is the distinction between karma marga and bhakti, that bhakti gives you the experience right here. So, not next life or after some time, but right here, same time. Prapadyamanasya Krishnam bhajto janasya bhavati. So who is this Prapadyamana? Prapadyamana is one who is engaged in service to Bhagavan. And now he gives the example. Yatha asnato bhunjanasya janasya tushtihi sukham pushtirudar bharanam chunnivrittisya anughasam pratigrasam syo. He said just like when a hungry person is eating food, then he is having tushti, means he is enjoying it, he is relishing it. And pushti, says udar bharanam, his stomach is getting filled. And chunnivrittisya, and his hunger is also diminishing. As you eat, then your hunger goes away, becomes satisfied. Anughasam pratigrasam. At every morsel of the food it is happening. Upalakshanam etat pratisiktam api yathasya tadvat. And this is an indicative, not the whole morsel, but even if you take very little grain of it, that also satisfies. But tadanurup only, little food will give you little satisfaction, bigger will give you bigger. But it will happen. So same thing in bhakti. So tadvat yatha bhunjanasya kinchin matraya tushtau satyam kinchin matro pushti kinchin matra eva kshudapaya tathaiva. So he said, just like a person who is eating who has eaten only a little, so his satisfaction is also little, and his nourishment is also little, and his hunger is also dispelled very little. So correspondingly. So same, if your bhajan is small, then only little satisfaction, little detachment. If it is intense, then more. So tathai bhajto janasya kinchin matre shravan kirtanadi bhajne vritte kinchin matra eva pareshanubhava kinchin matra eva viraktischa bhavet. So he says, in the same way, if you have engaged in only a very little of shravan and kirtan, then you will have only very little experience of Krishna and very little detachment. So there will be still hankering for material, because the mind wants happiness. Mind is looking for satisfaction. If it does not come from spiritual activity, then it goes to the material. But if it is getting it from the spiritual practice, then it has no interest in the material. So yathaiv cha bahubhojina sampurna eva pushti tushti kshudapaya tathaiv bahubhajta sampurna eva bhakti paresa parmeshwar anubhav viraktisya. But if you have big meal, then you have complete satisfaction and complete detachment. No more desire to eat, no more interest. You are not saying, let me eat this also. Your hunger is gone completely. So in the same way, so these things are also similar sounding, bhajan and bhojan. So the example of bhajan, bhojan applies to bhajan. So if you do intensive bhajan, then you have a nice experience and you have a complete detachment. You are fully satisfied, no more interest in anything material. So therefore he says, Kintu bahu bhojan samarthyam bhavati bahu bhajatastu bhajan samarthya atishayo bhavati iti vishesho drashtavya. So he says that there is a distinction in the example and exemplified. The distinction is that if you eat a lot of food, then you have no more interest in eating. But if you do a lot of service, then it doesn't mean that you have no interest in service, you have more interest in service. So he says this is the distinction. In case of food, if you eat enough big meal, then you don't want to eat. You have pushti, tushti and kshudapaya. You are satisfied, nourished, no interest now, because your hunger is gone. Here if you do bhajan, then hunger does not go away, it gets more hungry. So you want to do more and more and more. So you become more and more absorbed and more detached and more happy. So this is the contrary in the two things. So that should be understood. Then the next sloka is also something similar basically. So it says, Iti achyutangrim bhajto nuvritya bhaktir viraktir bhagavat prabodha bhavanti vai bhagavatasya rajan tatah param shantim paiti sakshat. So it says, in this way, when a devotee is regularly performing bhajan, then he has bhakti virakti bhagavat prabodha. He has love, detachment and experience of Bhagavan. So bhavanti vai bhagavatasya rajan, and after that he attains supreme peace directly. So both verses look similar, only the difference is that this verse number 43, is talking about the perfected stage. The previous one he is practicing. That's why he said that in bhakti, the experience comes even during practice. In the commentary he said it, that sadhan dasayam api suprapti. So the previous verse is talking about the sadhan dasa, the practicing stage. And this verse is speaking now when he has attained perfection, so he has bhakti virakti bhagavat prabodha. So there he said pareshanubhava, but that pareshanubhava is in part, some experience. But now bhagavat prabodha means that he has full experience of Bhagavan. And he has absolute virakti from any sense pleasure. So this is the situation. Therefore he says that this person now attains supreme peace. Supreme peace means he is fixed. Now his mind is not wavering. That let me try this also, or let me do this little bit of this. He becomes very stable, fixed. Nothing can move him from his bhajan, his service. So that is the situation. So this is the perfected stage. So therefore he does not write much on this. He says, Uktam arthameva pushti kuranu ahaiti. He says what was described in the previous sloka, that is further fortified in this sloka. Obviously, if one has mature state of devotion, then the experience becomes more strong, fixed. So param shantim atyantikam kshenam. Param shanti means he attains irrevocable peace now. So there is no question of any deviation from the process. So this is the end of Kavi's reply to the king's question. Then the king asks more about the symptoms of a Mahabhagavat, a devotee, perfected devotee. Then we'll read that in tomorrow's class. Any questions? Srishti?
Dandavad Pranam, Babaji.
Say it again.
Yes. If God's grace and the happiness that a devotee gets by being in association with Him comes when we perform, or it hinges on a certain volume of service that we do, then why is he called a Heituki Karunaman?
Because you
Or a hate what? Why do we say that he does a Heituki Kripa?
Because this bhakti which you are doing, that itself is also a hetuki. Bhakti is not material. This is a good question. We should understand this. Otherwise it looks like cause and effect relationship. So bhakti is not material. It's something difficult to understand or perceive it because it looks material. After all, we are doing activities with our mind, body, senses. Whatever we do, whether we do spiritual activity or material, we use the same instruments. So why is that when we do it for bhakti, it becomes transcendental? So this is a very interesting principle to be understood, and this is what Rupa Goswami says, that Atha Sri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyai sevan unmukho jivyado swameva spurtiyada. When we are chanting, that is the example, from that example one can understand, when we recite the name of Bhagavan, so from our own experience it looks that it takes the same effort as we may recite anything else. The name of some material person, if I have to take, I have to use the same vocal cords, make an effort. There is a prayatna involved in it. Air is coming from inside. And I call the name. If I have to call Krishna's name, then same process. So although apparently it looks same, but it is not same. That is what is being explained, that this, when we are reciting Krishna's name, so basically two things are happening. One is which we experience now, that is our effort. And we can feel that we are making an effort to do it, because if we do it for a long time, we feel tired. So that means we obviously engaged in some effort to do it. But Rupa Goswami says that it actually manifests by itself. So from that verse it is to be understood that one is that we are making the effort, another is that the name is manifesting it. Now how much it manifests, that is the Ahetuki Kripa. And that only will give us the experience. And that depends on our sincerity, our purity. Then the name becomes Spurta. That's why it says Swameva Spurti Adha. So it is Swam Spurta. And because it is Swam Spurta, that's why it is Ahetuki. Because that is not in our control. So that's why it is called Ahetuki Bhakti or Ahetuki Kripa. Who is that? Sachinandan? Sachinandan ji, boliye, can ask.
Hare Krishna, Babaji. This accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Guru and Shri Guranga. Sorry, in the beginning my English is not so very nice. I hope you can understand me. I heard before sometimes on YouTube from one devotee. He explained that the Maha Mantra is not meaning for the Sankirtan, only for japa meditation, and he gives some how called in English evidence from the Chaitanya-Bhāgavata, and he say that it is not good to sing the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in Sankirtan. That is only meant for japa meditation. Can you say something about this, please?
So what is the proof that you don't do kirtan with it?
He gives some proofs from the Chaitanya-Bhāgavata, from Vrindavan Thakur.
And what was the proof? What did it say?
He said that the japa or the holy names, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is only meant for japa meditation, because that is a mantra, it's not only the holy name, something like that.
But that's why I'm asking this, that does it really say that you should not do kirtan? Is it said like that?
Please?
I'm asking you that the pramana or the proof which he gives you, does it say categorically, explicitly that you should not do kirtan of Hare Krishna Mahamantra? This is my question to you.
Yes, yes.
Hmm?
I don't understand what you're saying, sorry.
No, I'm
English is not so good.
I'm speaking very simple. You are saying that you should not do kirtan with Mahamantra, right?
Yes, he says the kirtan is
So now I'm asking you simple, I understand this. So I'm asking you that does it really say in Chaitanya Bhāgavatam that you should not do kirtan with Mahamantra? Does it say like that?
Say something like that, but not directly.
So that's exactly why I'm asking you. It doesn't say like that. It is their conclusion.
Yes, I don't have now the verse before me, but I will look again and show.
Yeah, look.
I have also my book
Look again.
or some like. I look again. Yes.
I'm not asking you whether it is mentioned that they did kirtan with Mahamantra. I'm asking you, does it say that don't do it? That's my question. You understand the difference?
My English is.
Arey Baba, your English is very good. I'm having no problem with your English. So one is to say, listen to me carefully. One is to say that there is no mention anywhere in Chaitanya Bhagavat that Mahaprabhu did kirtan of Mahamantra.
But what means mentioned? You see, I don't.
Mention means saying it, written.
Where is written this in Chaitanya Bhagavata? That you ask?
I am asking where is it written in Chaitanya Bhagavata that don't do kirtan with Mahamantra? Simple, my question is simple. I don't think there is any problem in understanding it.
No, I understand. I will ask him. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but remember my question. Don't change my question. You can write down my question. Otherwise, you will be misled by this fellow again. I am being very specific. He says, please give me the exact reference where it says, do not do kirtan with Mahamantra.
I understand. No problem. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Babaji.
Sandeep.
Pranam Babaji Maharaj. Can you little elaborate on Krisha Anubhava in sadhana stage, because in Bhakti Sandarbha we did that direct experience of what happens only in Bhav and Prem stage. But so what exactly is Krisha Anubhava?
Just like you have to, if you understand the example, then you can have an idea of it. That is the only way you can understand. The example he gives of the food. So you eat little food, you feel little happiness. In the same way, you have little experience. Means you have some good feeling. That's the experience.
Is it like with the DT service we do so with a little more attachment to the DT or something?
Yeah. I mean, these are either you have experience of it or you have to explain with example. There is nothing else you can say about it. I gave the example of rising of the sun. So little light starts coming before sunrise. Same way with the food.
Thank you.
Just today, Babaji, I was listening to a testimony of this devotee who had been practicing Gaudiya Vaishnavism for 25 years, in that and spent 7 years in Radhakund doing intense sincere bhajan, as he explains it in his video. He's speaking now as a Christian person. So it seems his background is that he was a priest before becoming a devotee. So I had some Christian kind of samskaras, you can say. And then after doing some bhajan as a devotee for so many years, and all of a sudden these Christian things start coming up. So much so that he says that he got darshan of Radharani, then Radhakund, and then Radharani turned into some demon or something. And now he's against the whole path of bhakti. So now I'm wondering now what happened there? Is it because of offenses that has led to this? Or it's difficult to say.
You see, there are some people who have psychological problems to begin with. And no, it's not something, I'm not joking or anything, it's a fact. So some people have some mental aberration in the very beginning, means their apparatus itself is defective. So whichever path they go, they will have some experience of that. I'm sure when he was in the path of Christianity, he had experience of Jesus, probably. Did he say that or not?
No, I mean, as a Christian, now that he says he's being guided to go to the West.
Yeah. So this is something mental problem they have, mental imbalance. Chemicals are imbalanced in their brain. So they have these types of swings, one to another to another. They cannot be fixed anywhere. Okay. Purushottam Prabhu.
Yeah, just have 2-3 comments. First thing regarding this Maha Mantra. It's not been quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita at all, but it's only been quoted twice in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, in Adi Lila and Madhya Lila. And so there is some reference, like the previous guy was saying, that this kind of implies that you don't chant the Maha Mantra publicly, it's only for your japa.
Yeah, Baba, I'm asking a simple question. I don't care what is written over there.
Question, but I'm just giving it a reference.
I know all those things. I know all that. That's why I'm not going into that. I have dealt with these things. I'm asking a straight question. Show me where it says that don't do kirtan. Otherwise, I will ask you, why are you doing this particular kirtan? Did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did this kirtan? Nitai Gaur Radhe Syam, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Did he do this kirtan? He did not do it. So why are you doing it? If you want to do only kirtan what he did, then do only that much.
So it's only this group people are saying this.
Yeah, it is that. This guy came to me also. I know him, who is Sarvashakti Das, his name before. I don't know what is his name now. Yeah, he is the one who is propagating. This is another problem. Okay, if you have it, do it. We are not concerned. Why you have to disturb so many people? I mean, this Gaudiya Sampradaya, 90% of it is chanting Mahamantra. Now you go and know that this is wrong. This is what I keep on saying, that if people are having some faith, some people worship Lord Ramachandra and we worship Krishna. Now you go and fight with them that Krishna is Swam Bhagavan, Ramachandra is in this and that. He is not going to change. You are only going to create animosity and that's all, nothing. And he will disturb you and you disturb him. You will offend him and he will offend you. So why we have to do this? So they have their Shraddha, we are also following the parampara, they are also following parampara. Your Guru Acharya says don't do kirtan with Mahamantra and just do with japas, do it. That's fine, what is my problem? And I'm not upset with it, and I'm not thinking you are inferior or you are brainwashed. But now you come and start saying this to me. I cannot change, I have my Guru. He has given me. So now I'm going to listen to you or I listen to my Guru? So this is what they don't realize. But now, because this is the age of social media, and then anything controversial you say, then you get all lot of hits, comments. This is what is there. Otherwise, what is the purpose of it? Okay, you change your Guru and you took Diksha now in this group. That's fine. So this is what goes, and this is very pleasurable for people somehow. I don't know. Okay.
They switch from, and those are also like a very, very confidential servants of the Prabhupada. They were also saying something like that. So this similar example, people are sick like that, like it's a mental problem.
I don't know.